Step into Cassie's kitchen where the magic begins. Baking from scratch, let the journey spin. Recipes and videos, holiday delight. DIY magic shining so bright. Preserve the flavors, keep them near. Sustainability, love's always clear. Apothecary blends with a gentle touch, making life sweeter, adding so much. In Cassie's kitchen creations, dreams come true. More than just food, it's a gift to you. From baking tips to DIY care, in this kitchen you'll find love to share. Making your dreams reality, watch them grow. They feed the soul more than you know.
Hello bakers and bakerettes, how are you today? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, as I am. My day has been really good, even though it's been a little bit warm, still been a pretty good day. And despite the fact that I have slight sinus infection, it's still been a blessed day, right? So today I'm going to do something that is going to be somewhat of a tip as opposed to an actual bake, right? I see a lot of people who bake, and then I get a lot of responses and a lot of inquiries about this. As you guys know, I've shown you the baking spray that I like, and I told you that I purchased this from Ollie's. It's an all-bake, shelf quality food release. It's with canola oil non-stick. This is a really good pan spray for whatever you're doing. If you're baking, whether it's pizza, cookies, cakes, if you're just cooking something and scrambling an egg or whatever, and you want to spray the pan instead of putting oil or butter, this is a really good release. It doesn't allow anything to stick to your pans, and I do recommend it. Although they're not sponsors of the video, I really like this. But one thing about Ollie's is they get things in. It's sometimes seasonal, sometimes it's a close out or buy out. This is something that they don't carry you around, so if you see it in there, you need to buy it in bulk. But they usually have it, every Ollie's I've been to around the holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, I have always seen this in there, and I've always bought it in bulk. But when I can't get this bacon release spray, I'll use Pam with flour. I also will go to my local restaurant supply and I'll buy Baker's Joy. Now, I'm not a big fan of Baker's Joy, as I told you before, but it is my go-to when I can't get what I need or what I really like. And lately, I can't complain about it. It seems to have really been doing the job. So this is what a lot of people use, which is recommended as well, right? Also, one of the traditional methods was to just simply grease your pan and then sprinkle it with flour. And I also taught you to, you can spray it with the spray, or you can grease it with Crisco or any of your shortenings. You can even take your liquid vegetable oil, canola oil, blend oil, any of the neutral oils, and you can coat your baking pan with it, and then you can sprinkle a little sugar in the pan as well, and it'll also give you a good release. Now today, for those of you who have not had success with the sprays, you have not had success with just putting the shortening on and doing your flour or sugar, whichever you prefer, I'm going to show you how to do an old country pan coat. This is a coat that's been around for a while. It's nothing new, but you can actually prepare your own pan coat the way they used to do it, the old-fashioned way, vintage as they call it, tradition, which is, some of us, we embrace all the new, as Miss Lori over at Before Holler says, but we do keep some of the tradition, and I'm one of those people, all right? So what you're going to need for this is going to be just a hand mixer. You're going to need some Crisco or a shortening. It doesn't necessarily have to be Crisco. Whatever you use is fine, but you're going to need a shortening. You're going to need some all-purpose flour, not self-rising, all-purpose, plain flour. And you're going to need some vegetable oil. You'll need a mixing bowl. You'll need a measuring cup, because these are equal aliquots of each of the three ingredients that's going to be incorporated in the mix. And you're also going to need an airtight container to actually store it in. I usually find these at my local Walmart, or even your local Dollar Tree or Dollar General or your Family Dollar. They usually carry these. They're not too expensive, anywhere from $1.25 at Dollar Tree to roughly maybe $3 to $4, depending on if you get it at a Dollar General, Family Dollar, or even at a Walmart. Right. So these are pretty inexpensive, and they do have the rubber seal. Excuse me, I can't even talk. And then it has a little metal hook, and then you just simply clamp it down, and now you have an airtight container. You can store this in your pantry, and anytime you want to bake, you can pull it out and you can coat your pans with this. And you should have great success with this one. If everything else has failed you, I recommend that I highly recommend that you try this one because it's an old-fashioned pan coat, and this should work. All right. So now let's just get right into the prep here. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure out 1 cup of your all-purpose flour. I'm going to do a half a cup because I'm going to make a small batch, but you can double it. You can do 1 cup of each, or you can do a half cup of each, depending on the size of the container you're going to store it with and how often you bake or how often you plan to use it. Since I already have some baking spray, I'm not going to waste anything, so I'm just going to cut mine in half, and I'm going to do a half a cup of the flour. Right? Yeah, I'm not going to waste anything. Okay, so you're going to transfer your half a cup of flour. Now, you may sift this flour if you would like. If you do not want to sift it, you do not have to sift it. And at the moment, okay, I found my sifter. Right. So I'm going to sift it because I really don't like clumps. But this really isn't a necessary step. This is a preference. Or as we say, it's optional. Alright, so now that you have your flour in, and I told you this is a 1-to-1 ratio for all of the ingredients. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to put a half a cup of the vegetable oil, and you can use any neutral oil. I'm using what I have. So if you double it, it's 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of vegetable oil, or whichever neutral oil. And then you're going to need a half a cup of your Crisco, or if you double it again, it'll be 1 cup. But as I told you, I'm not going to waste, since I have spray to use, I will only make a very small amount. So I'll just use a half a cup of each one. Alright, this doesn't want to come open. Alright. Now just spoon it in. Oh, I did really good. I spooned a half a cup first time. Alright? So you put everything in the mixing bowl, and then you're going to mix it until it's creamy. So then you're going to take your mixer and you're just going to mix this until it's smooth and creamy. until it's just smooth and creamy. Okay? And now that it is smooth and creamy, and I'm going to hold it to the camera so you can see it. So now I'm going to transfer this to my storage container. And again, it has to be an airtight container, not just any container. Because if you're going to take the time to prepare it for use, you want to make sure that you're able to use it. You don't want it to go bad. And make sure the container is dry and of course clean. Whenever I'm doing stuff like this, I usually heat my containers and then let them come to room temperature. It's just a way of sterilizing it after I've washed it. And you can just put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on about 350 to 400, no higher. And you can even put it lower. You can put it on like 200 if you like, 250. Or the lowest temperature that your oven will go, about 170. And then you can just let it come to room temperature and you're ready to use it. Alright. So now, it does make somewhat a slight mess, but that's okay because messes are made to be cleaned. So now I have it in my container. I'm going to close it. And of course I will prepare a label on my printer and print out and attach it. And you can also take a Sharpie if you have a Sharpie, and you can just simply write on it if you like. And you can just put pan coat. And always put the date that you prepared. And of course, the analytical side of me, I always put my initials. And also will print out a label, and then I will write that on it. If you want to get this off, you can just take some alcohol, 70%, 91% alcohol, and just take a paper towel and wipe it across, and it'll remove it. It follows the light dissolve light principles. Hydrocarbon removes hydrocarbons. Alright? So this is my pan coat. This is my old country pan coat. And I'm just going to store this in my pantry or in any dark area that you have. And you can store this for months. And every time you want to bake a cake, you can pull this out and you can coat your pan with it. And then you should not have an issue with your cake releasing from your cake pan. You should have great success with the old country pan coat or the traditional pan coat or the old-fashioned pan coat, whichever you would like to call it. Right? It is vintage. It is traditional. It even works better than most of the sprays that you buy. You can get a really even coat with this. And I also, when I coat my pans with it from time to time, depending on what I'm baking, and if I want that crispy crust on it, I will still sprinkle a little sugar around it once I coat the pan with this. But there is a way that you can take this and turn it into an aerosol if you wanted to make it a spray. I don't particularly care to spray it. I kind of like to use the Chef's Quality all bake release that I usually use, or Pam or Baker's Joy, and just sprinkle a little sugar. With Baker's Joy, I do have to sprinkle a little more sugar than usual. But with this, I just like to use it right out of the container. Coat my pan very well, and then let it cool for 10 minutes, and the cake releases very well. And yes, you have a beautiful color to your cake when it comes out. It doesn't pull from the pan, stick to the pan, break apart, crumble. As long as you blend it and mix it correctly, you should have a great success being able to actually release that cake from your baking pan, right? So that's going to be my tip for today on releasing cakes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope it's something that you learned. I do have a couple subscribers, well, several really. And one of the ladies from Africa, and she always comes daily. She checks my YouTube channel daily, and she always leaves a comment and tell me that she learned something new. So that's what this is about. YouTube is a platform for us, for creators or anyone who would like to be a creator to share what you have. Share your experiences, share your knowledge, share your life, share your culture, so that it inspires someone else. And also, they may not be able to visit your neck of the woods, as Al Roker says. So then it gives them a taste of what it is that they're missing, and also allows them to be able to create it on their end in their home countries as well. And then when someone asks them, they can say, oh, I follow someone from the USA, and they do this, they bake this, they cook this, they're homesteaders, they grow this, and they use this method and it works. And it's just a way to share, because YouTube, is a global platform. So we are globally reaching everyone who's using this YouTube platform. As long as you click the thumbs up to like the video so they get pushed out into the YouTube algorithm, as long as you're sharing the videos, commenting, and also subscribing. And if you are a subscriber, thank you. I greatly appreciate you. If you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. You won't regret it. If you strolled through and you saw something that caught your attention, we thank you for stopping, and we hope that you will subscribe, like, comment, and share as well. And as I always say, always treat people the way you would like to be treated. Always treat them, with a positive vibe, a compliment, a simple hello, a kind smile, because we just don't know the toll, the trials, the tribulations, the burdens, the things that life is just throwing their way. We don't know people's mental state from day to day, and so our positive gesture, our positive vibe may be the only positive interaction they have within the course of a day. So let's keep the positive vibes going. I have a challenge that went through September, and I said let's just do it indefinitely, in hopes that our positivity rubs off on someone else. They grasp it and start sharing, and it just has a quadruple effect, and just be the gift that keeps on giving. Right? So thanks again for coming along with me on this simple prep of the old-fashioned pan coat. I hope that you learned something from this video. If not, please share it with someone who you think could benefit from it. Alright? So thanks again, guys, and I will see you on the next bake, no bake, prep, possible tip, who knows, cook, DIY, apothecary. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Holiday dinners that warm the heart. With every dish you play your part. For bakers of all skill come along the way. Cassie's showing you day by day. Laundry and hair care, all DIY. With nature's help you reach the sky. Food preservation from garden to plate. Living your dream, it's never too late. In Cassie's Kitchen Creations, dreams come true. More than just food, it's a gift to you.